Hello my lovely people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anita Crochets, and today I'm going to be making the part 2 of the granny stripe romper that we started to work on. That should have been last week. So to start with, I'm going to be working with robin. It's exactly what I used in my last tutorial. Robin, and I'm going to be using 2 strands. It is 50 grams. All right, so it's 100% acrylic. And then I have my 3.5 millimeter hook. That's what I'm going to be working with, and you will need also scissors. Okay, so this is where we ended last time. We already had made the front part of the romper, so this is where we ended. Okay, so we are going to be working on the behind part, and to start with, I'm going to start with my red yarn. I'm going to start with a knot like this. Insert my hook. And I'm going to chain 27, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So if you made a larger size, your stitches should be more than this. When we started with about, if I can recall, it was around 60 or something. Yeah, and basically the 5, it should have been 55, but the 5 was just to make this sort of like design right here, the hole that splits in the middle of the cleavage. This right here, this was bigger, but basically that was it. But it should have been like just 55, but that also helps because we have a lot of double crochets going through this part, so we just make that extra so they can all fit and not like be squeezed in just one stitch. All right, so that's the reason. So if you made more than that and you made up to like 70 or 75 or something, you should just add a few stitches on this and make it like if it is 27, you should maybe add like 5 to it or 10 to it according to what you made in the previous part 1 of the tutorial. So I'm going to chain 2 and start working single crochets on these foundation stitches that we have made, and I'm just going to work 26 single crochets. So when you get to the 27th, I'm going to show you what to do. So let me just meet you there. Just keep on working single crochets like this. So let me meet you there. And here we are. So into this, we're just going to fit about 6 single crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then finally 6. So now I'm going to start working on the opposite side of the foundation stitches that I made. 1. So just make them until you have like 26 in total as you go backwards. Should be 26, and try to stitch this beneath so that it does not, start to pop out, because at the end of the day you need something that is very, very neat. Okay, So I just want you to keep doing single crochets until you get to the end of this row, and then I can show you what to do next. So let me meet you there. So when you get to the end of your row, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3 like this and turn your work. And into this very first stitch, you're going to work 2 double crochets. And yarn over, skip 2, and into the third, you work 3 double crochets. Like this, and then skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochets. So you know that this is what we did when we were starting our first tutorial, and it's exactly what you're going to keep doing until you get to 1, 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochets. One, 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochets. Sorry. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochets. I hope you guys can hear me, because I'm going to be prompted to buy a microphone if you guys can't hear me up to now, because I try so much to be as loud as I possibly can. So you're going to work 3 double crochets, and when you get here, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook. First of all, this is where we are going to have the lower part, like more like the part that is going to have us approach our crotch. So this is it. So if you look here, you must have like 3 corners, okay? So you will count what you have: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so what you're going to do is yarn over, skip 2 into the third, you're going to work 6 double crochets. That's 3, that is 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so yarn over, skip 2 into the third. I hope I'm on the right track. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was trying to count my stitch as well. So you're going to yarn over, skip 1, skip 1 into this, you're going to work 6 double crochets like this. So those are 3, 4, 5, and 6. And sorry, you're going to skip 1 into the next, you work 6 double crochets as well. 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip 1 into the next, you work 6 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then skip 2, 1, 2 into the third, you're going to work 3 double crochets. So you can see what we have. Okay, we have 6, 6, 6 double crochets in one stitch, and here you're going to continue working 3 double crochets after skipping every 2. and that is skip 2, into the third you work 3 double crochets. So this is what you're going to do until you get to the end of this row right here. So let me meet you there when you are starting the next. So guys, I've already cut my yarn, so I'm going to attach my next color like this, and I'm going to chain 3 and just get this together like this. Okay, after that you're going to skip these double crochets that we have right here, and into this gap you're going to work 3 double crochets. And skip the next, into the gap you work 3 double crochets. Work 3 double crochets into the next. Like this. So just do this until you get to the corner, and then I can show you how to get over that as well. Once you're at this point, okay, you're going to yarn over and find your way into the middle of the 6 double crochets that you made right here, and then you're going to work 6 double crochets, because now this is more like a corner. I have my 6 double crochets, so into this gap right here you're going to work 3 double crochets. Into the middle of the 6 double crochets right here you're going to work 6 double crochets. And then skip this, and into this gap you're going to work 3 double crochets. And into the middle of these 6, that is like after you skip the 3, you're going to work 6 double crochets. And then here you're going to work 3 double crochets. So you're just going to keep working 3 double crochets in every gap until you get to the end of this row. There is nothing different about the next couple of rows because we're just repeating the same thing. So by now you should have already mastered what I'm trying to say. So you're going to do this for a total of, like, what we have here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 rows. So if we have 2 done, we have 4 more rows to go. So we are going to do this for 4 more rows. If you're making a larger size, there are more rows that you have to do according to the size that you have for your front piece, and then I can show you what to do next from there. So I'm just going to be coming back to just remind you what to do. Like here, when you get to the end of it, you're just going to work 1 double crochet right here like this, so you just have something that is straight and just on. What you start with here is what you have to end up with here. So just do this for 4 more rows, and then we can go ahead and see what we do next. I've come to the end of my 6 rows, and this is what I have. As you can see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. If you're making something bigger, of course you should be having more rows than this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut my yarn and get my next yarn right here and attach it, chain 3, and then just tie this together like this. I'm going to turn my work around and just start working right here. I'm going to work 2 double crochets just like we have been making, but the only difference is I'm now working on the side that approaches the hips, because now this is more like the part that covers should be the center of your bum. Yeah, so I'm now getting to the other side, like getting to the hip side. So here you're just going to keep doing what we have been doing. The only difference is, so I'm just working this like this until I get to the first corner of the part that actually gets us to approach the crotch. So right here I am going to work 3 double crochets into the middle. Okay, like this. So this is what I have done, like you can see. Okay, so I'm just going to cut my yarn off from here and attach my next color. Basically this whole romper is just something that actually repeats itself, so you will find it very easy to make, because granny stripes, granny squares have never been hard to like make, more so for beginners. So I'm going to attach my yarn, chain 3, tie this together, and then turn your work around. So from here I'm going to work 3 double crochets into this gap after I've skipped those 3 of the previous row, and then work 3 double crochets right here. Just keep doing this until you get to the end of the row. What's happening? So just keep doing this until you get to the end of this row and cut your yarn. So just what we are doing is what we did on this part, because as you can see, when we got here we stopped going all the way here and there, so we just did this. So this is basically what we are doing. It should look like the front, because you're going to stitch this together. So this is what we are going to do for the same number of rows that we did for this. Okay, so just so that I can show you what exactly I did, when you see here, when I got right here, I worked 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, let's count that again. 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So if it is 7, that's exactly what we are going to do on this side, and also come back to this side and do the same, like from here up to here. You're just going to literally do what you did on this. 1 2 3 4 5 6, 7. So these are 7 rows, and I've already worked 1 row and I was on the second, so I have like 5 to go. If you're making something bigger than that, you have more rows to go. But what I was trying to tell you, just to show you the accuracy of this pattern, as you can see right here, what I have is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. All right, 13 grannies. And what you see right here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So you should have the same exact number of stitches on the behind piece and the front piece on the sides, because after this we have to stitch all these together. So if you don't have the same total number of stitches, you're going to find that either the behind part is longer than the front, and that is going to be very disturbing. So you will have to repeat your whole piece. So I'm telling you this as early as possible so you can count your stitches and see whether you're on track or you have already made a mistake. So work just 7 more, sorry, work just 5 more after this, and I'm going to meet you there. It's exactly what you're going to do on this side as well. So I want to meet you after you're done this side and this side, so I can now show you how to join these two together. So this is what is going to happen when you have finished this side of your lower part. Okay, so this is what I have, and what I'm going to do is I am going to attach the front to the back, but I want you to attach them from the inside, so that we don't have the whole romper showing where we like stitch them together from. So from the inside, this is what we have. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work 1 single crochet to stitch all these together like this. So I've inserted my hook through this front part and then to the back, and I've pulled through, and then yarn over and pulled through one. So when I get here, I'm going to insert my hook through the front and to the back and work a single crochet. Insert my hook, just go stitch by stitch so that you do this all together, because I know you have the same number of stitches. So I don't think I should be worrying about you guys having, so just do this stitch by stitch and just work 1 single crochet and stitch all this together until you get to the end. And once you get to the end, I am going to show you what to do. Once you get to the end of this, you're just going to do the same for the back, for the other side of the back, for the left side of the back, and you're just going to work those 7 rows as we counted, and then stitch them together front and back. And then now we start working on the crotch area and then the legs as well for the romper to be complete. So just stitch this together, go on the other side of the back, work 7 rows, stitch them together front and back, the front piece to the back, and I'll show you what to do next. So this is how it looks like when you have stitched it together, and when you turn it, this is how it has to look like. Like, this is a very nice stitch. Like you can see, it doesn't really look like, oh yeah, this is where they put it all together from. It is really so simple and very neat, and this is what I want you guys to have. So do the same for the other side. For this side of the back, 7 rows right here, and stitch this together to the front. All right, so let me meet you there. So I've already finished to put my 2 pieces together. This is how it is on this side, and this is how it is on this side. So we are now going to work the parts, the crotch part and also the legs. So it's more like the bottom. So you're going to get your black yarn and just find anywhere to start from. I chose to start from here. So insert your chain 2. Okay, and just start working single crochets. I usually work two single crochets in every double crochet stitch, like this. One, and the second one will be right here at the joint. Then one, the second one will be right here. One, second at the joint. So just try to make sure all these leftover cuttings of yarn just be crocheted beneath, like this. So you just have to work 2 single crochets in every 1 double crochet stitch, like that. So just do this all around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. You see what we have? This is what we have. So just continue doing this. When you get to here, you've worked one, and then this one will be right here in the middle. And then now you're just going to work 1 single crochet, because now you know where to put the single crochet, because now here the stitches are really just already in place. So just work 1 single crochet. Oh, sorry, you don't have to work all the way around, because now we have to make the bridge that joins the front to the back. So let me just show you how to do that. I actually had forgotten. So this is what you do. Now we are right here in the middle of the stitch, right here, if you can see. So I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know there are few, because some of you are very used to maybe chaining like 10 or 15, whatever you do, but I do that because of the number of rows I made here. Because the sharper it will go, the more it may look baggy around the crotch. So I really love a tighter crotch, like something that really looks like a normal fabric pant. So here, after you have chained 5, you're going to just come and single crochet it into this other piece of the behind. All right, so you single crochet it here, and then now start working the single crochets you worked here. You start working them right here to meet the start where we started from, right here. So you're just going to now continue working single crochets like this. Okay, now I finished my single crochet, as you can see. So I'm going to start working two single crochets in every 1 double crochet stitch. This is how you work them. 1 in the middle of the stitch and 1 at the joint. If you can't meet the joint, you can just put it into the next stitch, but make sure even for the next stitch you work 2 double crochets. I actually forget that I am my voice is going down, so whenever I remember, I'm going to raise my voice so you all can get to hear me. Okay, like I said, if you don't find the joint, you can just work it into the next stitch, but make sure the next stitch finds another space to work the second single crochet, because all we need is a single crochet in every one double crochet stitch. Let's make all this disappear within. Okay, so we have come here, and now you're just going to work, as you can see, you're just going to work one single crochet right here, and then now slip stitch into the single crochets that we started with, the chain stitch that we started with. As you can see, this is what we have. You see that? Now we are going to start working the double crochets for the granny, for the granny stripe. So you're going to chain 3, and in the same stitch you're going to work 2 double crochets. You're going to skip 2, and into the third you work 2 double crochets. 3 double crochets. Skip 2, into the third work 3 double crochets. I'm really stuck with 2 double crochets. So skip 2, and into the third you work 3 double crochets. I hope you guys can hear me. I am just so tired and exhausted because I've been up and down, but I really came back to just get this over with. So you skip 2, into the third you work 3 double crochets. Skip 2, into the third you work 3 double crochets. Skip 2, into the third you work 3 double crochets. You're just going to do this until you get back to the point where we started from. So you can see, ouch, we are now starting to have a granny stripe. Uh-oh, I love this. Skip 2, into the third you work 3 double crochets. I feel like I've started with the wrong color because it's going to be too much black on this row. So yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to just cut my yarn, go back and cut my yarn, and just start this row again with red. So I'm just going to meet you guys here, right here, where I can show you how to get over this bridge, and then we can go ahead and just continue making the leg. So let me meet you guys there. So this is where I am, as you can see. So I'm going to yarn over and skip 2, all right, and then into the third. That's the first stitch of the 5 chains that we made on the bridge. I'm going to work 3 double crochets. Okay, sorry. And I'm going to yarn over and skip 2, 1, 2, and then this is the third. Into that, I'm going to skip 2, into the third. I'm going to work 3 double crochets like this, and then I am going to skip 2 as well, and that's, if you can see closely, we have this and this, okay, and this. So into the third, this is the third. we are going to work 3 double crochets. And then skip 2 into the third, we work 3 double crochets. So this is just to go on as we have been making all these stitches. Skip 2 into the third, you work 1, 2, this is the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. Skip 2 into the third, you work 3 double crochet. So with this, you can already see these are 2 and this is the third. This is just so perfectly accurate. The accuracy is just so perfect. So right here, you're going to just slip stitch into the chains that we made when we were starting the row. All right, so you're going to cut your yarn. So as you can see, this is what we have. Okay, you're going to cut your yarn from here and attach your next color. So I'm right here, I've already attached my yellow and chained 3, as you can see. So for this time round, I'm going to work on the inside. So you always remember to turn your work, okay? So this is the inside, and I'm going to work 2 double crochets. Please make sure that you're working these ones within, because this time we don't have anywhere we are going to like leave them like we did here, and we managed to like single crochet them beneath this row. So you make sure they are all beneath like this. So you're just going to keep working your granny stripes as you have been working them in the first part, like this. Just keep working the granny stripe. So since now you already know what to do, because I've finished this whole row and I've given you like the start on how to like just keep on going with your granny stripes. So for the leg, I actually did 6 rows for my leg. Okay, and that's exactly what I want you guys to do. Unless you want your romper to be a little longer, you can add just a few more rows. If you're making for a bigger size, you can add a few more rows so it is longer for the person. And also, if you're making a bigger size, your bridge shouldn't be 5 chains, it should be around 10 chains. If you made for a bigger person, your bridge should have like 10 chains. So just go on making your granny stripes like this. So just add, these are 2 rows, so just add 4 more to make it 6, like I did here. From here, 1 2 3 4 5 6. This was just a design to like close it up. So there are 6 rows, 6 rows. So if you have 2 here, you should just add 4 more. Now let me just go ahead and just show you how to work the other side of the leg. This side of the leg, you're just going to do exactly what we did on the other side. The only difference is this time you're not going to have to chain 5. So what you're going to do on this side is you're going to just find your starting point, and I prefer here. So when you find that, you're going to insert your hook, pull through your yarn and chain 2. Okay, make sure all these leftover cuttings are just disappearing beneath this single crochet row. So you're just going to single crochet like I have been making single crochets previously, like this. I'm just doing this for a beginner so that they do not ask questions of, oh my god, this time how did you do the crochet, how did you go about the crochet and all that, because I got so many questions about the crochet, more so for the first short tutorial that I made. It actually got me to think that probably I wasn't a little more clear about the crochet, so I really want to be more clear this time so it can help you guys. So just go on with the single crochets that we made like this all the way. So let me meet you right here so I can show you how to go past the bridge. So I just made 1 single crochet right here, right here. So I am going to start working along this the chains, the 5 chains that we made. That's 1. You have to be very keen so you can see them. 2, 3, 4, 5. But then we have this single crochet that we made right here. So I'm just going to work 1 single crochet right into this and make a single crochet in the middle of this. This is right here. Okay, you see, so this is more like to strengthen our bridge right here. So you're just going to continue working single crochets all the way around up to the other side. I think now you guys have a clue about how to go around your crochet. I hope I've been very, very clear this time. So you're all just going to continue doing this until you get to the other side of where we started from. And that is right here. Right here. Okay? So when you get there, you come back so I can show you how to get to crochet this row along this. And then we can see what to do. So once you're at the end of your row, this is it. You're going to cut your yarn and just continue working granny stripes like you can see how I've done on this row. I've already made my 6 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that's what you're going to do here. You put yellow here, and then black, and then red, and then yellow, and then whichever colors you're working with. So you just have to have a total of 6 right here. So you have like 5 rows remaining to complete that. So when you get to your 6th and you're done with it, this is what you're going to do just to close up the design. So you just don't leave it hanging. You can just put a simple design just here, so you just like close up your work if you don't mind it. So for me, I just work like this, 3 double crochets, and then I single crochet into the next after skipping these 3. So I single crochet right here, okay, and then work 3 chains. I chain 3 and work 2 more double crochets into this same stitch, and then single crochet into the next. You see what I am trying to do? This is just to like close up our work. So you chain 3 and work 2 double crochets, skip 3 and single crochet into the next, chain 3, work 2 double crochets, and then single crochet into this. So just do this until you get to the end of this row. So just do that. Some people just love to work shells, simple shells, and then close up their work. So you can just work with any design that you find simpler for you. I just chose this because for me it is simpler and it just falls within the granny stripe sort of like design, so it is very easy to work with. So you see, just do this until you get back right here. Once you're there, I'm going to show you what to do next. So with where you ended, you'll just single crochet your last single crochet in the very last stitch that you have, and then cut your yarn, and then now we are done with that. We are done with that side. So when you come back this side, this is what you're going to do. We are going to work single crochets along this line. Now this is the back and this is the waistline. All right, as you can see, this is where we worked our bottom. I'm not yet done with my other leg, so I'm just showing you what to do next. Right here, we are going to work single crochets along this line, and I told you to work 2 single crochets in every double crochet stitch, and that's what we are going to do. So whichever color you prefer to work with, that's exactly what you're going to work with. And I'm going to start right here. This is the sides. All right, so I'm going to insert my hook into this stitch right here, and then get my yarn through. All right, and now just instantly start working a single crochet right there. So I find my way right there and work a single crochet, and find my way into this gap, work a single crochet, and right here I start working 2 single crochets for every 1 double crochet stitch. But also try to make sure that all these kind of like leftover yarn just disappear beneath. I know at some point they're going to like look huge, so you can just take off what you can and the rest shall be cut off, or you can just actually cut them off, but sometimes they actually just stand up and look at you and can't go all the way flat like they can go if you just crochet them beneath. So you can do what you feel like doing. This is what I usually do, so you can just do what you feel like doing. At the end of the day, you just don't have to do whatever I do the same way I do it. So you're just going to keep working. I'll just come back and just make this neater. So But while you're working, please don't be like so hard on yourself and crocheting too tight, because at the end of the day we want something that is loose, a little loose, so it can like perfectly go through our hips and then just get to the waist and be drawn together by the drawstring. So you just work one single crochet in every two single crochets in every one double crochet stitch. That's how I know that I have. So if you go for 3, you're going to end up having so many stitches than you ought to have. So it is just so wise that you go for 2 stitches for every one double crochet stitch. So here we are, getting to the end of the row. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see this on my dummy and see how perfect it's turned out, more so for my Ugandan people, or also the Germans, because we share just the same color of flags. So this would look perfect for a Ugandan and a German. Just the very right colors. So I'm getting to the end of my row and just making my way through the last stitches. As you all can see, I hope you're loving it. I am loving it. Okay, we are here. So I am going to just slip stitch into this stitch. I can look closely. It was the second. Okay, into this second is where we are going to slip stitch. Right here, just work a slip stitch like that. So this is what we have. Okay, so what we are going to do is now we are going to slip stitch into the next stitch like this, and then slip stitch into the next like that. So we are going to yarn over and turn our work. Now we are working on the inside. So on top of the row that we have made, we are just going to start working double crochets now. Okay, so in the very last single crochet that we made right here, you're just going to work one double crochet stitch. So you're just going to keep working one double crochet in every single crochet stitch of this row, of the previous row. So just do this. This is majorly just to give us like a waistline, so we can just get our drawstring to pass through these double crochets that we are making like this. So just work this double crochet until you get back here, right here. So when you get here, I'm going to show you what to do. So I am right here. Since we slip stitched into 2 stitches when we worked the last when we were starting this row, when we were starting the double crochet row, so since we made 2 slip stitches, that means we are going to slip stitch into the next row, like into the next stitch. That is 1, 2. So into this one we are going to work a slip stitch. So as you can see, this is what we have, and this is more like the back. Okay, the back, and this is the waist, more like the waistline where our drawstring is going to pass. So we are just going to now start working on the edges of the front, and from here you will not cut your yarn, you will just start working single crochets. So you're going to, okay, right here, sorry, you're going to just start working single crochet into the next stitch like this, and just keep working single crochets. So this is more like to get us here, the single crochets that were worked here on the border. That's what we are trying to do. So you're just going to work single crochets all the way around until you get back to this point. So you're going to work single crochets all the way here, and then now turn and go all the way past this. You already know that with these double crochets you have to work 2 single crochets in every double crochet, so you have to work single crochets all the way, all the way, all the way, and all the way back right here. And then from here I'm going to show you what to do, so let me meet you there. I just came back to remind you that for every corner you're just going to work 3 single crochet stitches, 3 single crochets for every corner, so you can like get past that. So that means from here I'm going to work my 2 double crochets in every 2 single crochets in every 1 double crochet stitch. Those are 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I start working 1 single crochet. So this is how you get past the corner. You just work 3 single crochets right here. So just go ahead and go all the way up to where I should. So now I've reached the end of my row. I'm just going to slip stitch so I can attach it to the double crochets that we made. I'm going to turn my work like this. See what I did all the way here and all the way down here. So I'm going to turn my work and start working on the top. So now I'm on the front, like on the inside, the outside. So I'm going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is more like going to act like loops for our strap. Okay, so into this next single crochet stitch of the previous row I'm going to work a single crochet and work 7 more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After the 8 I'm going to chain 6, and then into the next stitch I'm going to work a single crochet and work 7 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. I'm going to chain 6 and then work a single crochet into the next and work 7 more single crochets. So these are more like loops into which we are going to like pass our strap and more like get that corset kind of back. 6, 7, 8. Hope you guys can see. Chain 6, work 8 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains, and into the next you work. So we are approaching our top. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and right here we chain 6 and then single crochet into this stitch, so you can see what we have. This is it, as you can see, from down here up to up here. So now this is the part that approaches our neck from here up to here. So here we are just going to work normal single crochets. You can add picots if you want. I don't want this time round, but you can add picots if you want, because on the previous romper I put picots here. So if you want, you can put them, but I don't want this time, so I'm just going to continue making single crochets until I'm going to just go all the way making single crochets. When I get to this corner, I'm going to make 3 single crochets. Also this corner, 3 single crochets, but the rest of this I'm going to go making single crochets. When I get here, I work my hooks, my loops as I've showed you. So you work the loops up to here as I've showed you. So once you're done, you're just going to come back here, you see, and just insert your hook and just start working on your, more like your strap. So you just work any number of chains that you want, but it should be longer chains, because as you saw, we have very many loops that we have on the sides. So you should be making just a very enough number of chains that can go all the way around someone's back for all the loops that we made. So just do that, and once you're done, you're going to still get your yarn. Just continue doing that, and once you're done, you're just going to get your yarn and make a couple of chains just to make a string in which we are going to, a drawstring in which we are going to have it pass through all these, okay? And then bring it to the front and just mark where, you should mark where these double crochet stitches are. So your drawstring should come and pass through this, pass through this, pass through this, pass through this, and this, and this, and finally it should be here, so it ties like here. So you should make sure it's in just a straight line, so it doesn't like show. Like you can see mine, it actually won't show. Okay, this is the inside. Is this the inside? No, this is that. Okay, so as you can see mine, let me just show you with mine. So it's already here, and I'm going to pass it through this, and then pass it through this, and get it into this hole right here, and then pass it into this yellow, and then wait for it into this hole. You see what I have done? So get it into this black, and then scoop it from the other end, get it into the green, scoop it through the other side, scoop it out, get it into this yellow, get it out, and finally, so when you are here, this is where it has to tie from, like you can see this one right here. So you just have your drawstring tie from right here. So you just get back and try to like cut off all these kind of like popping yarn, and you know, so that you just have a very, very neat piece. I can't wait to see what you guys make out of this. Thank you for watching my tutorial. for coming back to my YouTube channel. I remain Anita Crochets. Follow my page on Instagram and Facebook, and let's watch out for my next tutorial. Goodbye.